Chum is all dressed up with nowhere to go.
These dresses are really cool. I love them. I love all things Disney. I still enjoy going to Disney Park at 40 years old. I do kind of think it is the happiest place on earth.
Later, Corey and Chum get a briefing on some rare Nike merch.
We have a Nike briefcase from 1982. These are actually a gift from Phil Knight to senior executives. Rather than Christmas bonuses, they were giving out this kind of stuff.
And then an unusual car from the 1970s gets me all revved up. This is like the DeLorean before the DeLorean.
It is.
Can I open it up?
Hit the up button, hold it up, and step back so it doesn't smack you in the face.
Damn. What do we have here?
That is a Civil War sign from 1864.
Okay, we got 1864, we have Gettysburg. I'm just assuming this was probably a couple years after the war that someone painted it up. You know, it's like a cool thing to hang on the wall at the park. That's my theory. Way to prove it? No way.
I'm here today at the pawn shop to see if I can sell my 1864 antique Civil War sign. It's 160 years old and the condition is unbelievable. I'm asking $10,000 for it today. If I make a sale today, I'm going on vacation. Straight to Mexico.
This is interesting. Where'd you find it?
I found it at an estate sale.
Okay, so we got a lot of weird stuff going on here. Okay, if you take this plaque right here and you get rid of Sharpsburg, Gettysburg in 1864, that's Thomas Jefferson's coat of arms, this crest, okay? It basically says, he who gave us liberty and life. And that's all the way back to the 1700s. But then they've added Sharpsburg and Gettysburg in 1864, so immediately assume it has something to do with the Civil War. And definitely from the Confederacy. You know how you can tell? Okay, there was a lot of battles and they both had different names. The South had a tendency to name battles by cities, the North by landmarks. The South called it Sharpsburg by the town of Sharpsburg. But in the North, they called it the Battle of Antietam. There was Antietam Creek nearby. That's why they called it Antietam. So we know it's from the South. And there was another Thomas Jefferson that died in 1864. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
He was only like 17 years old, but he was the great nephew of Thomas Jefferson. So I'm assuming sometime a couple years after the war, Thomas Jefferson's nephew died right down the street and they did a little plaque on it. Maybe hung in a bar or someplace like that. That's the best I can figure. Beyond that, I have no idea, but I kind of think it's cool. How much you want for it?
I was looking to get $10,000 for it.
That's not going to happen. I mean, for $10,000, I can get you a super cool Civil War rifle and the guy's backpack and his canteen and all that. You know, and I give you like $500 for it. I mean, it's really neat. It's got some history to it. Problem is, we don't know the history.
For $500, I hang on to it.
All right, well, thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you. How you doing? Good. How are you? Pretty good. What do you have here?
I have a 1908 racing trophy. It was won by a woman, which is pretty interesting because women weren't really racing back in 1908.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead.
I can't really read the name. Something O. Skinner.
Yeah, Miss Skinner.
1908, cars were a lot different. V6s had only been out a year. I mean, think of like a Model T, right? That's kind of where cars were at this time period. Driving these things would have been a challenge. Have you ever drove a car without power steering?
I have, and I tell you what, it is a challenge.
It's actually a workout, and I go to the gym for a workout, not drive my car.
I'm here at the pawn shop to sell my 1908 Sterling Silver Hill Climb Racing Trophy. This trophy was used to promote the Michelin car. I'm asking $2,500, and I came up with that price because of not only the price of sterling silver, but the historical value.
This is cool. Mitchell actually was a car manufacturer right around this period of time. They're not around anymore. So this trophy looks like it would have been for a hill climbing race, which is not what you would think of as a typical race today. Today, when you do a hill climbing race, you kind of think dune buggies, motorcycles, four-wheelers. It's more of a dirt sport. In 1908, the landscape of vehicles was much different than it is today, and I can't picture them running up a dirt hill. So So it probably wouldn't make sense if the hill race was taking place on asphalt or concrete, and maybe even a longer distance than we think of associating with hill races today. So how did you get this?
Well, I came across this doing a property cleanup.
Yeah, not a bad find. How much are you looking to get?
About $2,500.
If it feels like sterling silver, I'm gonna have to put it on a scale and weigh it. This is what I would consider scrap metal. If you sell this to me, I'm gonna melt this down and sell it for silver weight. It really has no value as a keepsake, as a memorabilia, or even as an antique. I have a scale here, and we'll just put it on there. Just under 1,080 grams. It's gonna scrap out somewhere right around $700, so I could buy it for about $500.
Yeah, that's a little bit lower than I was hoping to get. Could you maybe go anywhere closer to 12?
It's not worth 12. You have $700 worth of value here, so I can't pay more than $500 with it because I couldn't sell it for more than $700.
Well, I think I'll go ahead and hang on to it for the time being.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you bringing it in, and have a good day.
You too.
How's it going?
How are you?
So, this looks like a sweet loaf.
Yes, William Sweetlove.
Okay. Now, tell me about where you got it.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny story. My neighbors had it, and they were home one day, and the wife caught the husband cheating, and this is his prized possession, so she knew I had French Bulldogs, and so she gave it to me.
Hell have no fury like a woman scorned, right?
Amen. I'm at the pawn shop, and I am selling a William Sweetlove clone bulldog. I feel like it's a really rare sculpture because it has the artist's signature on it, and it says it's number 7 of 8. I love dogs. I have French Bulldogs, and it makes me think of them when I see it. But it doesn't match anything that I have, and the dogs get weirded out by it, so I just thought it was time to let it go. I'm asking $6,500. Honestly, I came up with the price because who wouldn't love $6,500, and it was given to me for free.
William Sweetlove. I don't know all that much about him. I know that he's kind of got to be a big deal. I mean, there's Area 15 in town. Have you ever been to it?
No, I haven't been there.
Okay, I mean, real cool place. It's an interactive art museum with installations and food and drinks. And right at the entrance, there is 2 of these that are big, massive ones. All right, let me see this real quick. Well, I'm fairly sure that no one would make something this heavy and make it fake. At least as much as a boat anchor.
Well, I don't know if you saw, there's a signature by him, and I think it says it's number 7 of 8.
Okay, how much are you looking to get out of it?
I'd like to get $6,500.
I mean, I don't doubt that it's real. Quite honestly, these things go up and down in price so often. You know, it's just a sign of the times. What's really hot this month, who knows what it was last month, or who knows what it will be next month. I know he's really popular, but do you got a few minutes?
Yeah.
We actually have an in-house art guy now. Do you mind if I go grab him real quick?
Yeah, absolutely, please.
All right, so just hang out. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Thanks. Hello there, gentlemen. I
Gentlemen,
have something for you.
she has you confused. What do you have here?
This is a fossilized whale vertebrae.
Okay. How do you know this is a fossilized whale?
That's what my grandfather told me. He was a marine biologist, and it's been in the family for years.
Well, it does look like it could be a vertebrae, though, right, Rick?
I guess so. Or it could be a moon rock.
I'm here to sell a fossilized whale vertebrae. The whale vertebrae itself is about 10 inches, about 3 pounds, and you can definitely see that it's some sort of the spine. I've had this fossil for a few months, but it's been nothing but a paperweight on my desk, and that's why I'm looking to sell. I'm asking for only $600. If I make a sale for $600, I'm hopping on the first flight to Miami.
I don't know whale vertebrae, but let's check it out. It's definitely a fossil. If this is a whale vertebrae, it's a pretty nice specimen.
I have no idea.
First off, you can see the structure of a bone. Like, it's very oval right here, right? Although, like a whale vertebrae. And inside here, you can see, like, you know, the makeup of the cells and the bone fragments and all that stuff.
I just don't know. So, in your professional opinion, is it a whale vertebrae that's fossilized?
Oh, without a doubt, 100% in my professional opinion, we need to call Andre.
Okay. How much you want for it?
I'm willing to let it go for about $600.
I don't know the going rate on fossils. It does look good, though, but I think we should get a real expert down here, and I'll go call Andre. Because just like you, I know just enough to get you in trouble here.
a fossil, and she's asking for $600. So I have Andre, my paleontologist, coming down. He's going to tell us if it's real and if it's a whale of a deal or not.
Hi there.
Hi,
Nice
how
to
are
meet
you? Nice to meet you. Chum, good to see you.
Andre, how's it going?
It's going great.
Thanks for coming by.
I'm not even going to tell you what she says it is. You tell us what it is.
Can we place a friendly wager?
No,
All right. It's a whale vertebrae.
Well, I guess I was right.
you were right. Our junior paleontologist.
He's working his way up from junior paleontologist, though.
So what do you think?
Do you mind if I pick it up?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Andre. School Rick. Tell him what I already know.
All right, well, that's clearly bone. Anytime you see that spongy stuff inside. Divers find these alongside megalodon teeth. This doesn't look like it came from the ocean, though. Typically, those dive finds will have oysters and clams and corals and stuff stuck to it. This looks like it came from a land site. I'm looking at the coloring here, and this looks really similar to the stuff that we see come out of the Lee Creek mine in Aurora, North Carolina. The condition really reflects that, because when these are dug out of these mines, they're not worn by the ocean and the actual waves and stuff like that. So this is a really, really nice vertebrae.
Told you.
So how old is this?
So these whales show up in the fossil record about 15 million years ago, and they reached their height of diversity in the Pliocene about 2.5 to 5.3 million years ago.
All right. And what's it worth?
The million-dollar question, right? It's a really nice preserved specimen, but there's nothing particularly outstanding about it. I'm gonna say $200 is a fair price.
You're okay. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Take care.
Obviously, you're not going to get the $600.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'll give you $100 for it.
I can do 175.
What do you think?
Well, Andre said it's worth 200, so I think you can come up to at least 125.
Okay, 125,
150, make it even.
$130.
I'll do 130.
Okay, sweet.
All right. I'll write you up over here at the counter.
All right, looks like we have a deal.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't break that.
I have a customer in the shop with a bulldog by the artist William Sweetlove. She's asking for $6,500, but I really don't know how desirable this artist is in the pop art market. I asked our art expert Patrick to take a look and see if I should stay in this deal or if I should try to fetch a better price.
Hi,
I'm Patrick.
Emily.
I know I've seen his stuff at Area 15 here in town. I just have no idea what it's worth.
Well, you knew right away it was William Sweetlove, and these are actually at installations all over the world. So they're generally made out of plastic because he has an environmental message along with this.
Would that be why he has the water bottle?
That's part of it.
Okay.
So in the title, it's called a cloned bulldog with a pet bottle. It's a pet like the plastic PET.
And what's the message?
It's an environmental climate change message that we need to change things now because those big plastic bulldog sculptures are going to be around forever if they're not recycled properly. He's trying to highlight all of that while showing it through some amusing artwork.
Go ahead and check it out, man. It's heavy, so be careful.
So if this is what I think it is, then it's one of the fine art pieces.
Well, fine art, so he's not just a fad.
No, he's from Belgium and actually sold art for a couple decades before really catching on and spreading out into galleries all over the world.
Okay.
All right, so it is heavy. So the sculpture itself is actually bronze, and then that's silver plating on top of it. But looking at the signature, it matches the other ones that we've seen. Each of the 8 is dripped with a different color paint, and the coral is number 1. So it looks like it's 7, but that's actually a European model.
Does that make it worth more if it's 1 or 7?
Generally, it does.
She's asking $6,500 for it. What's something like this go for?
So the larger ones tend to go for in the $20,000 to $25,000 range, depending on the finish on it. And these right now we're looking at about $5,500.
All right, Patrick. Well, I appreciate you. I'll let you know if we get it.
Okay. Good luck.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Now, I'm very comfortable buying it. I'd offer you $2,000.
It's a lot lower. It's more than
It-
half.
It is cool, but I gotta make money on it too. It's not like I just have thousands of people running in here to buy this thing. Could sit here for a year.
Would you do 3,000?
No, but I'll do 2,200.
All right, fine. I'll take the 2,200.
2,200? Okay.
Thank you.
Come with me and I'll get you written up.
I didn't want to take this dog home. That thing is a pain to carry, and my back already hurts from bringing it in here. So I was taking whatever I could get, and I'm happy with the $2,200.
I I got a call from a guy who's looking to sell a 1975 Bricklin. These cars were not on the market for very long, so they are collectible. So I'm gonna go check it out and see if I can drive home a deal today. How's it going?
Hey, how you doing, Rick?
You must be Mike.
Yes, I am.
Okay. One of the odder cars made in the 70s?
Yep,
This is like the DeLorean before the DeLorean.
it is. I have a 1975 Brooklyn SV1. It's a very unusual car because it's got gull-wing doors from the 70s, built in Canada and less than 3,000 made, so it's a must-have for any collector. I'm asking $25,000 for it, which I think is a really good price considering the condition and the market right now.
This is pretty cool, man. So where did you get this thing?
I found it here in Vegas. A local collector had bought it from the original owner, and it's spent 35 years in a museum.
My understanding is Bricklin, he's the one who brought Subaru to the United States.
Yes.
In the early 70s, he wanted to manufacture his own cars, and he came up with this.
It was built to be, above and beyond the safety standards back then.
Yeah, it's called an SV1 or an SV2.
SV1, which stands for Safety Vehicle 1.
Which is just like a terrible name for a car. Sorry.
I agree.
People don't think about safety when they're buying a fast car. I mean, a little bit, but like,
I don't think it was really marketed as a sports car that much as it was just a safety vehicle.
how many miles got on it?
Just under 8,000 original miles.
You know, it was just they only made it for 2 years. How many did they make of these things?
Just over 2,900.
It's really rare. I mean, I don't know how many of these things are left on the road, but it cannot be a lot. And can I open it up?
Yes. This picture is, yep. Hit the up button, hold it up, and step back so it doesn't smack you in the face.
Damn. Yeah, be careful on that one. That's the problem with the wing doors. So does it close by itself?
Yes, so you press and hold the close button. And there you go.
How much do you want for this thing?
I want $25,000 for it.
Okay. I have no idea if that's a good price.
Yeah.
But I have a buddy who will know everything there is to know about this thing. If you don't mind, I'd like to give him a call. You can take a look, give his opinion.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to hear what an expert has to say.
Okay, be right back.
All right, sounds good.
Hello.
Obviously, you have some dresses here.
They're from the dress shop in Disney. Some were purchased in Disney World and some were purchased in Disneyland.
Okay, yeah, pretty cool.
I don't think they're your size. I'm here at the pawn shop today to sell limited edition Disney dresses. The dresses are in mint condition. They have been in my closet for so long, and I would like to share the joy of Disney with another person. I'm asking $4,000 for all the dresses combined. If I make a sale today, I would like to donate that money to an organization that could help children visit Disneyland for the first time.
Okay, yeah, the Disney dress shop, I think it's been around for about 5 years or so.
It was maybe 6.
Maybe 6?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Young girls and women alike will buy these and they'll wear them the day they're in the Disneyland park or maybe even out and about, in their day-to-day life. So it's a pretty cool concept that Disney decided to, make themed dresses that people could actually wear outside of the park. These dresses are really cool. I love them. I love all things Disney. I still enjoy going to Disney Park at 40 years old. I do kind of think it is the happiest place on earth. This one kind of has the tiki vibes to it. What do you know about it?
So, when you go to Disneyland and you have that Dole pineapple, and right there is the Tiki Lounge, and it gives you that feeling.
I can taste it right now as you're speaking. We might have to stop talking about Dole Whip.
Yeah, that Dole Whip is what the Tiki dress brings.
The Orange Bird was a little bit before my time, but I know it was really big in the 70s when they opened up Disney World because they were kind of doing like an homage to like the Orange Fields, and people really loved the Orange Bird, and I think it's becoming to be more popular again. But I actually really love this one in the middle. Why don't you tell me about it?
So this is one from the Haunted Mansion, and so it's a little girl that's walking on the tightrope with the umbrella.
Yeah, the Haunted Mansion kind of freaks you out, but you still feel safe.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool, fun ride. Yeah, this one has a little something special to it. But seeing any signs of wear. So how much are you looking to get for this collection of dresses?
4,000 for all 4.
I'm not exactly sure how much they're worth, especially since these are relatively new in the collector market. I'm not sure if they've had time to appreciate up to that. If you don't mind though, I'd like to call someone and have them come down and take a look. If he says I can pay you $4 grand for him, I'll give you $4 grand for him.
All right, that's fair.
All right, give me a few minutes and I'll get him down here.
All right, thanks a lot.
I'm taking a look at a 1975 Brooklyn SB1, and I don't know how much they go for. So my buddy Bill is here to tell me what he thinks.
All right. Hi, Bill.
Howdy.
Hopefully he knows a lot more about this car than I do.
Well, these are great cars. I know they got a lot of bad press. The good thing is it's a 75, so it has a little better engine, in my opinion, which is the Windsor 351. So it's a good drive line. It's something that'll stay together. But they're also known for wicked rattles from exhaust pipes.
Yep.
And they would have some issues with the headlights. So do the headlights work?
They do kind of. Right now they're vacuum closed. They need to be modernized to be more reliable.
Can we pop the hood on this thing?
Yeah, sure. Being in Vegas, I needed the car to run cool. So that's why I upgraded to an aluminum radiator with dual fans. I rebuilt the air conditioning compressor so it's ready to be recharged. Other than basic maintenance and a little cleanup, I haven't really done much to the engine.
Okay, everything under the hood looks nice. So can we take it for a little test drive?
Yeah, of course you guys can.
All right, let's go. All right, here we go.
Well, have a good time on your drive.
I will. I mean, it drives like a 1975 car.
2 barrels, 170 horsepower, of pure animal.
Yeah.
Instinct right here.
I mean, overall, it's driving all right. It's not pulling the side. Brakes are good. It makes a great sound when you try to put the window.
There's still a quarter-inch crack back here.
Yeah, it won't go up all the way. There's a little lump on the back or something.
Yeah, there's something strange. It's a pretty good lump. You like the car?
I'm sort of torn on it. I love the looks, but like 20 feet away.
Yes, it looks like $1 million 20 feet away. It'd take a year, solid work to go through this car. Straighten the body out on it, fix all these little things.
There's no big issues, just a ton of little ones, right?
Right, but it starts adding up. We need to take all the rattles out of the car. We need to get rid of that exhaust leak. We've got to fix the headlight issue on the car. Someone's got to fix some of the upholstery issues that are kind of pulling away.
All right, so what do you think this thing would retail for?
$12,000. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks, Matt. I'll see you soon. I'd give you like $8 grand for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're way too far off.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting me come out and drive it. I can say I drove one of these things now.
Yeah,
Have a good one.
yeah, you too. So I feel the expert's value is quite low. I understand it does need some work. It needs a little bit of love. Maybe I'll find the right buyer for it eventually. But until then, I'm going to enjoy it.
Some of the coolest and even weirdest cars ever made have been the result of someone's big stylistic risks. In 1958, the Ford Motor Company was getting their butts kicked by GM and needed something new. They came up with the Ford Edsel. The car's vertical grille was the butt of many jokes, saying it looked like a toilet seat. But the Edsel also had a disastrous launch. Cars were delivered with oil leaks, hoods that stuck, and trunks that wouldn't open. The Edsel was supposedly a $350 million loss for Ford. Talk about 11. In 1970, we got the AMC Gremlin, which Motor Trend magazine called one of history's dorkiest cars. The Gremlin was named after a magical creature known for destroying machinery. And looked like someone lopped off the back half of an AMC Hornet, which is kind of what they did. Another case of the uglies from American Motors Corporation came out in 1975 with the AMC Pacer. Almost as half as wide as it was long, with giant bulbous wraparound windows, many were quick to point out that the Pacer looked like a fishbowl on wheels. Today, it is perhaps best remembered as the car from Wayne's World, which I actually bought several years ago just so I could headbang along to Bohemian Rhapsody. No list of weird cars would be complete without the world-famous Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Created in 1936, it was the brainchild of Oscar's nephew, Carl Meyer. And almost 90 years later, the Wienermobile is still going strong. The average Wienermobile travels about 20,000 miles each year. Now, if you think a 27-foot-long Wienermobile is odd, check out what my shoe repair guy drives around town. Okay, that is a old-looking gun.
Very, very old. It's a 1886 Kropatschek.
A what?
1886 Kropatschek.
Yeah, say that 3 times fast.
I'm here to sell my model 1886 Kropatschek rifle. I know it's a Portuguese rifle that was made for the Portuguese military, and just overall it's kind of just a weird gun that you don't usually see. If I can make some cash today, I wouldn't mind using a little bit of it towards my college and maybe some investing as well. I'm hoping to get $1,000 today for the gun.
This is interesting. Do you know exactly what it is?
So to my best understanding, it's a Portuguese rifle that they used from 1886 to about 1898.
1886?
Yes.
That makes it impressive because I didn't even know there was such thing as a bolt-action rifle in 1886.
I didn't either until I found it.
It's got to be one of the very first ones because I've never even heard of this thing.
Gun-wise, this one was kind of one of the major technologically advancements that they had.
For 1886, this is amazing. The United States Army in 1884, our standard issue rifle was a single shot. You would push a little lever and the top would pop open and the spent shell casing would pop out. Then you'd reach in your pocket, put another one in and push it back down and fire. That's 1884 in the United States. This is 1886. The multi-shot gun was like just a game changer. And I can tell it's got the tubular magazine, which was made popular by Winchester. I think it's cool, but I don't know anything about it. So where did you get it?
Me and my dad used to collect antique firearms, and we went to a gun show a long time ago and just found this one sitting up on the rack and just couldn't pass it by.
Okay. How much do you want for it?
I was hoping to get $1,000 for it.
You know, rarely am I stumped, especially on guns, but this one sort of got me. Let me get a hold of someone who knows what this thing is because I'm kind of bad. I don't know anything about it. So if you don't mind hanging out for a few minutes, let me give my buddy a call. He'll come down here, he'll look at it, and we'll go from there. Sounds great. All right, be right back.
Thank you.
I have a customer here with 4 themed dresses from the dress shop located in Disneyland. Before I make an offer, I would like to have our Disney guru, Patrick Jenkins, take a look at these and let me know if this deal is dressed for success.
Hey, Chum, how's it going?
I'm good. How you doing, Patrick?
How's it going?
Hi, I'm Nicole.
Nice to meet you.
So, Nicole has this collection of dresses. I think they're all from the Disney shop.
Yeah, the dresses are really popular right now. There's that Disney bounty where people like to dress as reminiscent of the characters. Fans started making their own, and Disney said we can make our own.
Let's make the money ourselves.
Exactly.
Disney has a huge culture, and it's more than just a park. I think you know
Exactly.
that more than I do.
It's a lifestyle for a lot of us.
So I absolutely love these dresses. She's asking a lot of money for them, and I just was unsure. I know Disney stuff can get pretty crazy.
So, going through each of them, the Tiki Room dress is gorgeous and it's really popular. In fact, there's actually a meetup that will wear their Tiki Room dress. Get a group picture of it. The Orange Bird, which are these two here when Walt Disney World opened, one of the corporate sponsors was the Florida Citrus Council. They were promoting Florida oranges, and they created this adorable bird who had happy thoughts, orange thoughts is what they said. And it has been some of the most popular merchandise that they've done in recent years. And then this last one, which is themed to Haunted Mansion, but not so directly, because you don't even see the character. The only thing is the parasols. But you look at it and you say, yes, that's the ballerina who's walking across the tightrope with the alligator snapping at her.
How easy are these to sell if I get them? Are people out there searching to buy these dresses?
They're limited, but they usually sell out within a couple weeks. And then there's people who see another lady wearing them and says, oh, I want to own that.
What kind of value do they have?
The Tiki Room dress sells for $300. The Orange Bird dresses are $250 each. And then you're looking at about $200 for this, because this is much more recent.
All right, well, I think that's everything I need to know. Always a pleasure. $400 for these three.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
There's a guy in the shop with what he says is an 1886 rifle used by the Portuguese army. It's a really unusual style that I don't know much about, and he's asking for $1,000. I've asked our weapons expert, Alex, to come down and take a look at this, so I'm not taking a shot in the dark on this.
Alex, nice to meet you. Mason.
Nice to meet you.
It's the Von something.
Kropatschek. So the guy who designed this was Alfred von Kropatschek, and he was a general in the Austrian army, and he experimented with lots of different designs for firearms. These are actually really underappreciated by collectors because this particular design really influenced many, many firearms that came after it. The problem with this gun is nobody bought this gun. No military wanted it. But there was one country who at the very end decided to order some, and that was the Portuguese. Now, the Portuguese weren't fighting anybody, but they did have colonies in Africa, so they used them down there for their colonization purposes. By 1889, they stopped making them. So there weren't that many made, and it's really difficult to find ammunition for this. So even if you said, hey, let's go fire it, we can't fire it today because I don't have that ammo. So do you mind if I check it out?
Go right ahead.
Okay. So this crown is the King of Portugal, King Luis. So that's his crown. And then back here it says 1886, which is the model. This actually has a tube magazine. So this is nickel-plated steel, this magazine, and 8 rounds can get loaded into here. So the idea is, underneath there, Rick, you can see the magazine tube. So you'd actually load 8 into this way. And then each time you fire, the magazine will then snap up, eject one, put another one in the chamber, keep going.
All right, so what do you think it's worth?
This is actually in nice shape for one of these things. They're known sort of as a dark rifle, so they always have this very dark stock, bright metal bolt. Overall, it's nice condition. So about $1,000.
Okay.
Plus or minus a little.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, you're welcome. Good luck. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Okay, so you heard him. And I'll give you like $600 for it. It's kind of an oddball. It's gonna sit around for a while. I gotta find the right person to buy it, but
Are you able to come up at all? Maybe like 800?
650.
700?
650. There's collectors out there that eventually the right person will walk in the door, but it's probably gonna take a while.
675.
All right, we got a deal. Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. Just go right over the counter over there, and I'll get you written up. Perfect.
Thank you. I'm really happy with the deal I made with Rick today, just because I really paid $150 for it, so I'm making a lot of money on my end, and hopefully he'll be able to make some on his.
What do we got here?
I have 2 of the rarest Nike items that you'll ever see. These were actually a gift from Phil Knight to senior executives. These were actually never for sale.
Rather than Christmas bonuses, yeah, they were giving out this kind of stuff.
We have a Nike briefcase from 1982. And then we have a Nike boat kit from 1985. This is an inflatable boat.
So yeah, between 82 and 85, they signed Michael Jordan, which meant they were broke.
I'm here at the pawn shop today to sell 2 very rare Nike items. I purchased both of these items at auction over a decade ago. The market on unusual Nike items has increased over the last decade. I'm asking $7,500 for the briefcase and $5,000 for the boat. If I can make a deal today, I'll probably put the money in a college savings account for my twin 3-year-olds.
Definitely really cool.
But how do I know the rarest things Nike ever had? You ever see these things, Sean?
Not the boat, but I have seen the briefcase.
There's definitely a handful of briefcases out there. This is one of the only ones you're going to see that is never used. Still has all the original tags. If you watch the latest Michael Jordan movie that came out, you'll see these briefcases throughout.
Okay, so what can you tell me about the boat?
Yeah, the boat, as far as I know, was given to employees in 1985 as an employee gift. Now, in 1985, Nike obviously didn't have nearly as many employees as they have now. You're never going to find one that has never been inflated.
I mean, even in the 80s when they were a smaller company, they were still doing cool things like for their employees. I also heard that these would have been given to the people who were going around trying to promote the new Nikes that would be coming out, because at this time, Nike wasn't Nike as we know it. They were still hitting the pavement. Okay, so what are you trying to get at this?
I'm looking to get $7,500 for the briefcase, and I $650 is maybe if we can go inflate this boat, take it out to Lake Mead and see if you can float in it.
All right, well, thanks for bringing it in.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
I think I know what this is, but what do you got here?
This is a 1939 Shivers multiphone made in Seattle, Washington.
It's obviously R2D2.
I'm at Gold and Silver Pond in Las Vegas selling a Shivers multiphone. I restored it by basically taking it all apart, cleaning it up, polishing the aluminum cabinet, and putting new grill cloth in. At one time, they were kind of plentiful, but they have kind of dispersed all over the world, and now they're pretty rare. I'm asking $2,000 for it.
What makes these things so cool? I mean, it's just such classic 1930s Art Deco, the way they designed it.
It says multi-phone. There's no way it's a phone.
There's two phones in this thing. Jukeboxes, they can only hold like 20, 30 records. Whereas this thing, they could have as many records as they wanted because there was a central library where they put the record on a record player for that phone line. You know, so it saved the expense of having a big giant jukebox, and there was less maintenance involved and everything like that.
How do you talk?
Basically, this is a transceiver. Put your nickel in, you talked into there. A beautiful hostess on the other end would say, "Number, please." You tell her the number according to the chart, and they play the music over the speaker here.
There's no way you can know what the other person looks like.
I don't know. If I heard your voice, I would know exactly what you looked like.
Okay, it was really, really innovative. But back then, phone lines were basically a copper wire all the way from, you know, wherever the phone was at to the distribution system. And then basically a copper wire with a bunch of splices to wherever this was at, and installation wasn't great. And your phone calls would have been a little staticky, so the sound quality was definitely worse than a jukebox.
Exactly, and that's kind of one of the devices of this. In the 50s, they developed jukeboxes that play 200 selections. They sounded better, and these kind of got pushed out of the market.
Why did you get a Shivers multiphone?
Well, it's something that I find interesting. I've been a jukebox collector for 50 years, and this is just an interesting part of the jukebox history.
You obviously replaced the fabric.
Yeah, the fabric's been replaced, it's been polished.
Yeah.
So there's the side arm. And there's the transceiver, which you talked into and also heard the hostess talk about. This speaker here is strictly for the music.
Yeah. Okay. So how much you want for it?
I'm asking $2,000.
I'll give you $1,500 for it. I mean, they sell. They're popular. I mean, it's sort of like jukebox history. People love them.
A lot rarer than jukeboxes. I'd take 18 for it.
Rarity doesn't mean value, but I will give you. I'll give you $1,700 for it. All right, sweet.
It's all yours.
All right, come with me.
Okay.
Acres away. My dad would love that. You have a package. You know what it is?
I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Is it trash right there? Sorry. Oh, wow, this is nice. I have a few more coming in.
I didn't know you were into picnicking.
Well, after Corey and I looked at some promotional Nike items, I decided that we should have our own promotional items. When Nike makes promotional items for their employees, people seek after them in the future. So you'll order one for each of the employees, and then maybe one day they'll sell it for a lot of money.
So you're saying I should give everybody a picnic basket?
Yeah, maybe we can even have a company picnic. I know you're gonna love this. Look at the logo.
That is really cool. Let me
It's
see.
even got utensils in there.
Oh, like marshmallow or hot dog covers?
Yeah, you know, it extends.
This is incredible. I don't know if they'll become collectible or not, but I do like the idea of having a company picnic.
Should we practice for lunch today? We'll go to the park. Maybe go pick out some sandwiches.
That's not a picnic. That's just two guys having a party. No, you're trying to get out of work.
If I was trying to get out of work, I wouldn't be trying to hang out